In this video, we're going to cover all the gear that we use here at VideoPark.
There's essential pieces of equipment that you must have to improve your video game.
That's coming up. What's up guys, thanks for watching VideoPark. My name's Glenn.
My name's Stephen.
And on this channel, we inspire to learn, teach and create better looking video content. Today we're going to cover all the gear that we use here at VideoPark. So we're going to start with the bag. This is an Albott bag which I bought off eBay for about 80 bucks, I think, roughly. It's been a good bag. I've had it about 5 or 6 years. One of the zippers did break on it, but apart from that, the other zipper's been alright, and it's just a really compact bag. It's pretty lightweight.
And only recently I managed to pick myself up off Amazon via an affiliate link down below, a NEEWER bag. So most of the gear I run is actually NEEWER branded. Really good bag. It's a sling type bag, so you can actually chuck it over your shoulder, swing it around and take your camera out nice and quickly, get those shots that you can just miss in a moment.
Cameras.
So we've got the Canon 70D, which shoots at 1080p at 25 frames per second, and also highest mount at 50 frames per second at 720p.
So you do lose that aspect ratio when you bump up the frame rate with that one. That's really the downside with the 70D. Moving on to the 90D. This shoots at 4K, 25 frames a second. You've got full HD at 60 frames, as well as super slow-mo at 120 frames a second. Bear in mind, you've got no autofocus when you're shooting at 120 frames.
So stabilization. So we've got a review on the RONIN-S as well. You can check out either in the description or up above. And that goes through all the different details of stabilization of RONIN-S by DJI. Really good piece of equipment. Yeah,
it's quite a heavy unit for their first ever handheld gimbal, but they have made new models now. So if you are thinking of buying one, definitely check out those new models. We've added an extension arm here that we got as well online, just to give it, just take the weight off a little bit. And also allows me to attach a monitor to the bottom of that arm as well. It's got a little NEEWER ball head that I've attached there. Allows me to adjust that LCD screen. Bigger the better, I say, when it comes to checking the LCD screen. Sometimes it's hard just to look for that little LCD screen.
And also trying to pick up the detail inside of your video as well can be a bit difficult. So adding a screen by NEEWER as well via Amazon, which is an affiliate link that we've got down below, they work really well for a lot of the extra accessories that you need to add into your camera to up your game.
So let's move on to another important aspect of stabilization. Steve, what do you got to have?
You've got to have a gimbal.
A tripod.
A tripod. So the first thing you want to be doing is getting yourself a basic tripod just to get away from your handheld and get a bit more stable with your shots. So this is the NEEWER one off Amazon. The link's down in the description below.
Okay, so moving on to audio. Such an important aspect of any filmmaking. You've got to have good audio. There's nothing worse than looking at a good quality image with crappy audio. Okay, so let's get into it. So we've got the shotgun mic, which is an easy one that just goes on the hot shoe of your camera. It's a directional mic, so you're going to get much better sound quality with this rather than using an inbuilt camera. It comes with a dead cat, which if you're outside and you've got high winds, you can chuck that on there as well.
And you can upgrade your audio game by adding in a lapel mic for those interviews and where you need to be able to capture what someone's saying or a group of people in close proximity. It's a great piece of equipment to have. We run the Seinheiser on VideoPark here. This is a good lapel mic to have as a basic kit.
It's going to make a huge difference to your video. This one on our video might now sound a little bit echoey at the moment because we're using the shotgun mic, but it's because Steve and I will be talking to this video. We need to make sure that we're both getting picked up on the audio. Otherwise, I'd simply have a lapel mic on when Steve's filming me just to make it more direct. And
ideally, you would have a 2 receiver system, but they can get a little bit more expensive. So when you're just starting out, get yourself a 1 lapel system and have a shotgun mic as your backup, because that's the next point. Making sure you cover all your audio points. So 3 points of audio is what we usually run here as well.
Which brings us on to our external recorder, which is the Zoom H1N recorder. This is an external recorder which runs on a couple of AAA batteries. You've got your line in, your line out input, as well as your volume control. Great source of backup audio just to get some ambient noise as well. You can get this nice and close if you want to get some sound effects and that sort of thing. Love this thing, it's great and it's pretty cheap.
And it gives you the option to be able to plug into the audio equipment of your venue as well. So with the Zoom H1, you can plug into the speaker system or PA system, and it will capture unfiltered audio off that, so you get nice clean audio as well.
You know, direct feed straight from the audio source.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, so we've covered cameras, stabilization, and gone through audio. We're going to move on to lenses now. So once you've invested in those things, you want to invest in some good quality glass. Steve-O, what's with the kit lens?
So with the kit lens, you start off with the 18 to 55mm f4 lens. Great for your wide angle shots as well as your close-up portrait shots as well. Good little kit lens to start off with.
Yeah, it's pretty versatile. Only goes down to f4. So when you have got the money and you want to invest in some lenses, get yourself something like a 1.8 or a 2.8 f-stop. This is the Sigma 18 to 35mm f1.8. Great quality lens. It's a nice build. It's quite weighty. It's Sigma's Art Series lens, and you can't go wrong with this. Very versatile. I use it most of the day.
And another lens you can add into your arsenal as well is your 24 to 105 Canon lens. This particular lens is ultrasonic series, so it's a nice quiet autofocus in there as well, so you don't get that audio feedback when you're trying to get your shots.
We also have the Tokina 11 to 16mm, which we're using right now to film with. It's a nice wide angle lens. It's an f2.8. Not a bad price either. Check that out. We'll leave a link in the description below for all the gear we use. Losing my voice.
Right.
It's great for real estate, and it's just good to have a nice wide angle. It really accentuates that movement, especially on a gimbal. We also have the 50mm prime from Canon. Such a popular lens if you want to take portrait photos, even if you're into photography. Very great lens. It's got a nice 1.8 aperture, so you get some nice tight close-ups. Good bokeh.
And also because of the fixed lens, it's great for those portraits, and you don't get that loss of aperture as well when you go for a higher zoom range.
Yep, it's fixed at 1.8. It's just a prime lens, no zoom, and cheap. Check that out as well. As for lighting, we've got the eBay special softbox lights, which you can buy for about $100. You get the 2 pair, and we'll just show some B-roll of the setup of it fully. Those are the globes that come with it.
Yeah, so a good recommendation.
Whoa! So just a quick recap before we end this video. So we've covered cameras, stabilization, audio, as well as lenses. There's also one more piece of equipment that you should definitely add to your camera bag. That's called an ND filter, or a neutral density filter, commonly referred to as sunglasses for your lens. It literally blocks this light amount that's coming in and hitting your sensor. It allows you to keep a low f-stop number, as well as stay true to your shutter speed, to that 180 rule of doubling your frame rate, as we speak about. We've got a whole video on that one. If you want to check it out on exposure triangle, check it out on our channel. We've also got a review on the Ronin-S, as well as the Mavic 2 Zoom, which we didn't mention was the drone. If you're thinking about getting into aerial shots as well, highly recommend the Mavic 2 Zoom. It shoots in 4K. It's got all your program modes on there. Check out the video on our channel for that one as well.
And don't forget to check out the links to all the equipment that we've used in this video and previous videos above that. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, and leave a comment down below. We'd like to hear from you guys so we can learn, teach, and create with you.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.